Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello math enthusiasts, welcome to our learning journey. I am Azzahra Putri Ariansyah, but you can call me Adisti. And today we're diving into the fascinating world of quadratic equations, where we'll unravel the complexities and discover the beauty of mathematical concepts. Whether you're a seasoned mathematician or just starting out, join me as we explore the ins and outs of quadratic equations. And let's make math not only understandable but enjoyable. So, what are you doing? Grab your notebooks and let's embark on this mathematical adventure together. So, this is today's contents. We are learn definition and standard form of quadratic equations. Second is how to solve quadratic equation, especially by factoring quadratics. And the last one is example of quadratic equation problem. Okay, so definition and standard form. What is it? What is quadratic equation? Quadratic equation is an algebraic equation of the second degree in x. The quadratic equation in its standard form is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, where a and b are the coefficients, x is the variable, and c is the constant term. The important condition for an equation to be a quadratic equation is the coefficient of x squared is a non-zero term, which means a is not equals to 0. For writing a quadratic equation in standard form, the x squared term is written first, followed by the x term, and finally the constant term is written. Roots of a quadratic equation. The roots of a quadratic equation are the two values of x, which are obtained by solving the quadratic equation. These roots of the quadratic equation are also called the zeros of the equation. For example, the roots of the equation x squared minus 3x minus 4 equals 0 are x equals minus 1 and x equals 4 because each of them satisfies the equation. When the value of x is minus 1, it means minus 1 times 2 minus 3 times minus 1 minus 4 equals to 1 times 3 minus 4 equals to 0. When the value of x is 4, it means 4 times 2 minus 3 times 4 minus 4 equals to 16 minus 12 minus 4 equals to 0. Next is how to solve quadratic equation. There is 3 ways to solve it. Number 1 is factoring quadratics, which means what we are gonna learn today. The second is completing square roots, and the last one is quadratic formula. Factoring quadratics. Factoring means finding expressions that can be multiplied together to give the expression on one side of the equation. If a quadratic equation can be factored, it is written as a product of linear terms. Solving by factoring depends on the zero product property, which states that if a times b equals 0, then a is 0 or b is 0, where a and b are real numbers or algebraic expressions. For example, there is x squared minus 2x minus 15 equals to 0. How we're gonna solve this? How can we factor this expression? All you need to do is find two numbers that multiply to 15, but that adds to minus 2. Numbers that multiply to negative 15 are 5 and 3. So we have positive 5 and negative 3, or negative 5 and positive 3. If 5 plus negative 3 adds up to positive 2, but negative 5 plus 3 adds up to negative 2, we're gonna use the quantity of x minus 5 and x plus 3. Okay, let's start to some problem which how to solve in a quadratic equation. So the question is, a rectangular field is planted with corn, and inside it there is a square-shaped pond with dimensions as shown in the adjacent image. So the length is 2x plus 6 meters and width is x plus 7 meters, and the side of the pond is x meters. Determine the perimeter of the field if the area planted with corn is known to be 138 meters square. How we're gonna solve it? Yeah, so we're gonna use some equation or formula, which is the corn planted field area equals the total field area minus the pond area. We substitute all of the noun terms, which means the product of the quantity 2x plus 6 times the quantity x plus 7 and then minus x squared equals 138. Next, we multiply what's inside the brackets first, and we get 2x squared plus 14x plus 6x plus 42 minus x squared equals 138. And we collect the same terms and operate all of them. Then, on the both sides, we subtracted by 138, so we will get x squared plus 20x minus 96 equals to 0. At these steps, we start to factoring quadratics, and we got the product of the factors x plus 24 and x minus 4 equals to 0. Because the length of an area or structure has a positive value, we will use the value x equals to 4. Then we substitute the value x equals 4 into the equations for length and width, and we will get 14 meters as length and 11 meters as width. Next, we can substitute the length and width to formula of perimeter, which is 2 times the quantity of length plus width, and the result is 50. So, the perimeter of field is 50 meters. In conclusion, we've explored the fascinating world of mathematical concepts today, from foundational principles to advanced applications. Remember, mathematics is not just about numbers. It's a powerful tool that helps us understand and solve real-world problems. Thank you for your attention, and may your mathematical exploration be both enlightening and rewarding. See you later. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.